Good morning, everyone. This is Austin. This is the Gratitude Manifesto. This is the grand finale. I'm excited to be here with you today on this beautiful Sunday. What a great day to bring this incredible journey to a close. And really, that's what it's been. It's been an incredible journey. For many of you, you've been here every day. You've watched this every day, either live and on the playback. Some of you have popped in here and there, grabbing a couple golden nuggets to take with you during the day. Either way, I trust it was exactly what you needed. We're going to dive into this. We have a grand finale today. We're going to go longer. We're going to have some incredible things to share with you throughout the day. Why am I wearing a headband? We're going to learn what that's all about. We have another quote for you today. We introduced the symbol of gratitude. We have the definition of gratitude. I have the reference points of how gratitude literally changes your brain over time. And we can share those in our private community as well as here in the comment section. So the first question is, as we dive in, as the digital world starts to catch up, I notice there's a delay and there's always a residual, but I'm grateful for that because it gives me time to catch up here. What are you grateful for today? Let me rephrase that. What are you most grateful for today? Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to step into this moment with me and let's expand gratitude because of the many benefits that it includes. And I'm going to reference a couple of those benefits as we kick off the show here. And what started this was we had a group meeting with my team, and he said we should really highlight gratitude for the month of November. And that's what we did. And one of the things I grabbed was that there was an Inc. magazine article that talked about gratitude, referenced a Harvard study. And we're going to hear about another study later in the show, how this even transcends what I'm about to share with you now. But for 21 days, if you practice gratitude for 21 days, it literally changes the brain. It has a positive impact on the brain. Studies have shown that gratitude literally can increase your willpower, keep you calm, and even boost, I'm making up words, boost employee morale. Literally in 21 days, the impact can last for 6 months after. Why wouldn't you take advantage of an opportunity like that? And we're going to talk about later how it even transcends that. So step in with me here for the grand finale. Maybe share this with a friend who needs to feel better. We're going to be talking about gratitude. We go deep into gratitude, and that's what we're going to do today. In about the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to bring Mandy Robinson on with me. She's our spokesperson. She's going to do a beautiful recap for us today as we close out the Gratitude Manifesto. Let's jump into the things that we've been sharing every single day, and I'm going to dive into that right now. And the first thing I'm going to share with you is the definition of gratitude, and I'm going to grab that right now. So let's take a look at the definition of gratitude one more time as we close out the Gratitude Manifesto. The quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation and kindness. And you may say, well, I don't feel like being grateful. I don't feel like being appreciative. What if you could? What one small thing could you appreciate today if you really focused on it? And if you've somebody who's living in gratitude, what else could you feel grateful for that maybe you've forgot about? What's that other thing that maybe is right in front of you that you haven't paid attention to? A person, a situation, where you live, an act of kindness. You woke up today. If you think about it this way, as I was preparing for today's show, a couple things crossed my mind. One, the daylight that you now see has traveled 8 minutes to get here to warm the earth. The earth is in a perfect position so that we can exist. You have 37 trillion cells in your body that are acting with synchronicity so that you can be alive in this moment. This moment is a precious moment. To be here, to be alive, to be able to listen to me. Think about the technology. Think about the hours of research and development so that I can be speaking to you right now, no matter where you are in the world. Think about that. Think about the power of that. This is happening right now. So let's let me grab the quote for the. I'm sorry. Let me share with the symbols. The next thing, the infinite loops. Here we go. Lasting appreciation. The infinite loops is that it never stops. So no matter what's going on in your life, gratitude never stops. In the Bible, it talks about in all things, praise God, right? No matter what's going on, can we step into gratitude? Can we be grateful? What are you grateful for today? I want you to share with me what you're grateful for today. Grab this opportunity to type it in, put it out there, let it expand in your world. And I'm going to leave you a quote that we didn't share today, and it's not a part of the quotes, but I'm going to make sure we grab it here. What you appreciate appreciates. What you appreciate appreciates. So whatever you can look around and start to appreciate, that will begin to grow in your life. It will begin to magnify. If you want to appreciate people, if you want to have more appreciation in your life, appreciate people more. If you want to make more money, appreciate money and what it can do as a powerful vehicle, right? And we have something else to share with you. I'm going to do that in a minute. And we have a poem for you too. It just keeps getting gooder and gooder. All right, let's grab our quote today. We're going to grab your shares. There's much, much more to come. And I know some of you have been guests on the show. We're going to grab your shares here again. And we're going to continue. You're going to wonder why I'm wearing this goofy headband. We're going to learn that too. Okay, so now I'm going to share today's quote, which is a momentous quote for a momentous day in history. Are you ready? And before I do that, now I got you on the edge of your seat. We also are capturing everything in a private community. If you are not in our private community and you would like to be in our private community as a gift to you, just type in the word appreciate. Type in the word appreciate if you would like to be in our private community. Okay, here's the quote for today, and I'll talk about this and the momentous occasion behind it. Well, I really like this quote because it talks about attending to the small things. Attending to the small things. Why is that quote relevant today? Why is that quote relevant today? Well, here's why it's relevant today. On this day in 2013, so go back 2013, about 8 years, Nelson Mandela died. He was 95 years old. So on this day in history, back in 2013, Nelson Mandela died, leaving an incredible legacy behind him. I felt it was utter importance to grab that quote from him, talking about appreciating the small courtesies, the things that happen throughout today that have happened throughout our days that we may not pay attention to. So I want to invite you to pay attention to those things and really begin to augment that in your life. Let me say good morning to you, and then we're going to bring on Mandy here in a moment. So good morning, Carrie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What are you grateful for today? I am most grateful for the breath of life I get to take throughout each day. If you're just joining, take a deep breath in, take that deep breath, allow air to fill your lungs. Of course, you can breathe without thinking about it, but when you take that conscious breath, those 37 trillion cells in your body, boom, they're starting to fire up. Do that right now if you can. Mandy, thank you. Keep consistently being grateful and return to kindness. Beautiful. Looking outside, being able to look outside to be grateful. Thank you, Michelle. Beautiful. Good morning, Ivy. I'm so glad you're here. Ivy was one of our guests, incredible life coach. Okay, we're going to bring Mandy on now. We're going to get in. We're just getting started. So we got some great things for you. I got a poem coming up. We got a great recap for the entire thing that we've gone through. This has been a journey. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand gratitude in your life. And according to that study, it literally changes your brain. All right, Mandy, are you ready to join me? She's ready. Okay, everyone. Let's give Mandy a warm welcome, our spokesperson. Hello, Mandy. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Happy to be here. Happy to join everybody. Very excited to be alive and grateful for everything that's happening here. How are you, Austin?
I am grateful. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do this, and we have some connection issues. We're going to roll with it. But, I'm going to share with you, Mandy, one of the things that I'm grateful for, and I mentioned this on the show.
Yeah.
I want this to really hit home for some people. This is going to hit home for some people. You're listening to this live and in the playback. You're able to hear me. You're able to pay attention to me, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that chills me to the core is when I think about everything that has guided me, that has protected me, and I think about where I could have been. If one thing changed, one decision here or there, one other influence, maybe I was running late one day, and because I was running late, I missed a car accident. We know we we honored the 9/11 just recently, right?
Yes.
How many people were supposed to be in that tower that day and weren't? There's a miraculous set of things and circumstances that have weaved you through this universe to get you here. And I would say there's so much that you don't know that you've been protected from. And to me, that chills me and makes me humble that I get an opportunity to be here. This is sacred space for me to be able to share with you. So I am grateful for every single person that has been in my path, every single person that has expressed the heart, every single person that has been vulnerable and shared from their core and just being able to show up. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful to be able to do this. So I honor you, Mandy. Thanks for asking me that question because I really hadn't shared a whole lot the whole time. Holding space for everyone else, but I'm grateful that you shared that now.
Yes.
And I want to get back to the quote that you saw, and then we're going to have a beautiful recap from you, a poem. We got a lot of stuff planned. Everyone here, your shares, so be sure to type in what you're grateful for. We're going to grab that, I promise you. We're going to go longer today, so we are going to grab your shares. Take the opportunity to share it because you may trigger someone else to feel better, okay? You count. Your chat counts, what you put in there. So, Mandy, what did you think about that quote today?
The Nelson Mandela quote was priceless in collaboration with gratitude and expanding it into the universe, being appreciative of the smallest courtesies, because when we think about it, everything around us, everything that we see, everything that we hear, being here right in this moment, and I've got goosebumps. And I'm also close to tears based on what you just said, because it's so precious. It's so, so precious. And Nelson Mandela got that. Everything about us, even our ability to see, to breathe, the clothes we wear, the vision that we see outside of the window, the birds we hear, the music we listen to, the company we keep, this beautiful family that we're a part of. It's a courtesy. It's a courtesy that's been given to us by the highest power in the universe, the creator of all love and light, gave his son for us, redeemed us, giving us his most precious possession, his only begotten son. Everything we experience is a courtesy. It's a gift. How do we treat that gift? How do we use it to benefit our community, the people that we cross our paths, the life within our homes, within our soul? How do we treat that gift? It's a courtesy. Don't take it for granted. Appreciate it. Appreciation grows. And a Nelson Mandela got that. He got that big time. He had the freedom in here that got him through almost 30 years of solitary confinement and hard labor on that island. And all the while, was he complaining? Was he sad? Was he regretting his life? No. He took the freedom in here and he said, I am grateful to my creator that I am alive and I will live. I will get out of here and I will make a difference in the world, including where I am right now. And he focused on that. He knew it was a gift. It was a courtesy. And in the smallest of things, he had no hydro. He didn't even have a bathroom. He had a bucket in the corner of a room. Sparse meals, hard labor in brutal conditions. And yet every small thing, he turned around. He didn't listen to complaints from other inmates or anything. This is what gratitude expounds in us, right?
Yeah, and I just want to share. I'm going to give, because this is the grand finale, so I'm going to just lay it on here, and I'm going to share a poem that's going to back this up. You know.
Yeah, please.
What I feel is the most profound and powerful expression of gratitude.
Yeah.
Is when life has hit us the hardest, and we are trying to make sense of it, and we might be in a down moment, and it's confusing. But then there's a flicker flash, a moment. And if you're in a solitary confinement and you see the light coming through a crack in the wall, and you can say, I'm grateful. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful for that small thing that millions of people will take for granted. But because we are in an extreme circumstance and you can be grateful, that's when you flip life on its head. And that is when life opens up for you. And that is when you go from being prisoner, arrested as a spy trying to overthrow the government, to become president of the very country that enslaved you. That huge. Is the power of gratitude.
Yes, it is.
And that is something that is developing the quality of the readiness to show appreciation.
It's huge. It is so profound. And it's like the Rumi quote that I put up a few days ago. There is a blessing in the pain. There is power in the pain. And no matter how far down we go, and many of us have hit rock bottom. Many of us say we have, but many of us haven't. Many of us have. And when you're on that rock bottom level and all you can do is look up and see the stars in the sky, you've got your firm foundation to grow.
Okay, so we're gonna work through the connection things. Here's what I want to do. What we're going to do, I'm going to ask you to help me today. I need your help today. I want to get at least 21 things that we can be grateful for. I don't care what it is. I don't care how small it is. I don't care what it is. I want you to type in one thing. It could be, it comes to mind. We're going to get a list of 21 things in the comments. We're going to add them to the Gratitude Manifesto that's in the private community. All you got to do is type in the word appreciate. We're going to get you into this private community. You know, I'll get us started. I'm going to get us started. I'm grateful for belly laughs. How about that? How about that? I'm grateful for belly laughs. Type in something as we move forward with the show. I want you to type in a word. We're going to get to at least 21. So you can comment as much as you want. And I'm going to bring Mandy back on here. Hopefully she's with me. Mandy, are you with me? Okay. Type in 21 things. We got the poem. Here we go. We're back. Here we go. Okay, Mandy. So we're going to ask everyone to start typing in something you're grateful for as we move forward with the show. I want to get your survey before I read the poem because Mandy did a little bit of research. We have a lot of supporting evidence on gratitude. but Mandy has one that I think is really going to expand this even more for you. Mandy, would you like to share that?
I would love to share that. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Am I ready?
Go for it. Yes, you're
Okay.
on.
Okay. So this was a study done out of the University of Indiana by Joshua Brown, PhD, professor in psychological brain science, and Joel Wong, PhD, an associate professor in psychology. And they did a study on how gratitude changes the brain.
Oops. Okay. So we're having some connection issues, but you know what? I'm grateful we can still do this. So what I'm going to do, I'll wait for Mandy to get back on, and I'm going to read you a poem. I'm going to, okay.
So their aim was to help people derive the greatest possible benefit from treatment in the shortest time. And they zeroed in on the gratitude practice. So most research studies have been conducted with people of well-functioning minds, shall we say, but these wanted to look at how people struggling with mental issues benefited from practicing gratitude. So as a psychological positive intervention, they went to 293 adults in university, students that were seeking help for anxiety, depression, different things like this. And the first thing they got them to do was to write letters expressing gratitude for others. Now, 12 weeks after the conclusion of the study, the report showed that their mental state, shall we say, was significantly, their mental health was significantly better. They had lower negative emotions. The positive effects condition on overall mental health has long-lasting effects on the brain, as they all went on to succeed at university, less stress, higher marks in their outcomes. So you can imagine, my daughter was at university for 8 years. This could have been anywhere from 2 to 8 years. So the lasting effects go well on into the future. Now, they included reference to Professor Robert Emmons, who is the world's leading scientific expert on gratitude, who says that there are two key components that make up gratitude. Number one, gratitude is an affirmation of goodness. There are good things in our world and gifts and benefits that we have received. Number two, we recognize the sources of goodness are outside of ourselves. Other people and our highest powerful creator have blessed us, other people that have come before us. So this is what he said gratitude does. Gratitude strengthens relationships, relates to bonding and empathy. Gratitude relates to bonding and empathy because it unites people to help each other out. It blocks toxic emotions. It reverses our priorities in appreciating people and the things we do. It makes us more stress resistant, allows us to live in and celebrate the present moment, which is all we ever have, this moment in time, where we are right now. It gives us a higher sense of self-worth, and it goes on and on. He finished with, well, there's a lot more to that study, but this was what struck me the highest. Sociologist George Simmel, and I will keep this at my side forever, calls gratitude the moral memory of mankind. Gratitude is the moral memory of mankind.
Somebody type that in. The moral memory. We're going to grab that. That is profound. The moral memory of mankind, and the technology held out just enough to get that in. I'm going to move on here. And if you're just joining, we are wrapping up the Gratitude Manifesto. I want to give you the opportunity here. If we have a private community, we're going to be sharing everything in this private community that we're sharing here. It's going to be, we have the playlist of all the videos. You know, we did 34 days of gratitude, 34 days. But if you, according to the Harvard study, even if you practice it 21 days, it's lasting. And how about the study that Mandy just shared? So this is profound and deep. A lot of times we think we know something. We go, I know that. And I write down my gratitude things. But when you go deeper, it expands even more. It becomes more profound. It becomes then you start to embody this. And that's what we're talking about. So if you want to get into our private community, I just want to make sure I give you that opportunity here, that you can do that. I'm going to share this with you right here. There's our URL. It's 9q.yourflashpoint.com. We are going to have this entire manifesto in the private community. We have the playlist in there of all the videos you can access and go through again on your own time. All the quotes, all the guests, all the people. It's all there for you to access. And you just need to put your name and email in to get into that private community. All right, Mandy, I'm going to bring you back on, and hopefully we are good to go. I'm going to share with you a poem now. And this is a poem that I shared in our private community. And this poem, I'll tell you what, I have this book. It's by Rumi, The Essential Rumi. And I picked it up and I opened up the book. I just opened it up in the middle. I don't know what I was seeking at that time. I wasn't even thinking about gratitude at that time. And I opened it up and I immediately turned to page 109. And this is the poem that is on that page. And I'm going to read it to you right now. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, most of them at the door. Oh, meet them at the door laughing. I'm going to read that line again. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. That's the page I opened up to, and that was no accident. And this book has over 300 pages in it. And
Wow.
that's the page I opened up to, specifically for you to hear today. Mandy.
Can you still hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, good. I've taken the earpods out. Might make a difference. Let's hope. What did Jesus say? To love your enemy as yourself. It's easy to love the people that are in our close community, our friends, our family. That's easy for most part. But when people arrive on your doorstep or cross your path in life, and it's creating resistance to us, or it's upset us, or we're angry at somebody because of whatever it is, and we tend to back away from them. This is asking us to embrace them from in here and treat them as a close friend. And Jesus was the perfect example. His people condemned him because he went to the lepers in the community. He went to the people in the street to reach their hearts. And he was condemned by the religious leaders of his day for that. And yet, that was his greatest mission, to help the meek and the lowly to rise, right? So that Rumi quote was beautiful. So anyway, I'm going into the recap then.
Well, hold on one second, Mandy.
Sorry.
I want to share what I want to share about this poem.
Yes.
is because it's a very deep and profound poem.
Yes, it
is. And what I want to share with you is that Mandy gave a beautiful interpretation of what she saw. What I see is everything that shows up in our life, every emotion, every person, if we only looked at it as something for us to learn from, In other words, we're grateful for what's showing up because what's showing up is what we need in order to evolve and grow. And that's why it says, meet them at the door laughing. There's that paradox of life again. How can I be grateful when this is going on? Right? And here it says, meet them at the door laughing. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing. And that's the paradox. And then be grateful for them showing up because they've been sent from beyond to guide us. So that's what I wanted to grab from it. But it is true that people show up, right? Because that malice could show up in a person, not just in ourselves. So it's the inside outside that's constantly playing against. So,
and part of that, which is also under the umbrella of gratitude, is forgiveness.
Fix my headband here, Mandy. Hold on a second.
Yeah, what is that about, honestly?
You might wonder, why has he got a headband on? Well, I'll tell you why, and then we're gonna get some shares, and then we're gonna move into the recap. So this is the Rocky Balboa headband.
Oh yes.
So 3 years ago,
Yes.
today, 3 years ago, I participated in the Rocky 50K. And so I have the 50K. It's today. That's actually going on today. The run is actually happening today. And so I wanted to wear this to, I wanted to wear this as a reminder. And I'll tell you the paradox again, running 31 plus miles, right?
Yeah.
But what I always said to myself was, no matter how bad I feel, right, when I'm running, no matter how bad I feel, I'll give you my Adrian impression here, or my Rocky impression. No matter how bad I feel, I want to put a smile on my face because I'm doing what I love. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, and so that's why I have the Rocky headband. Hey, yo, Adrian, how you doing? There's my Rocky. All right. Hey, all right. How you doing? Celebrate. Be grateful.
Yes.
So that's why I have the headband on, Mandy, and wanted to celebrate that and honor that today, being an ultra marathon runner.
And I watched the video. That was a fabulous run. Fabulous.
Yep. So let's grab some shares here today. I want to get to 21 expressions of gratitude. 21. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Type in what you're grateful for. We want to get 21 shares here today. There's the quote, the moral memory of mankind. That was really powerful.
Very
we
powerful.
covered on that. Angel, this is, I believe this is Joe's wife, who was one of our guests as well. My health, my loving husband, my beautiful children. We got 3 right there. I'm grateful for all the leaves in my yard. Michelle's grateful for having a car. Absolutely. We can go somewhere. Belly laughs. Marlon, I thank you for being here and expressing your expression of gratitude. I just saw it. Carrie, I'm grateful for all the beauty that I wake up to every morning. We got a lot of great things to share here today for gratitude. What are you grateful for? Type that in. And where Marlon, I know you shared something. I want to grab it here. Where is it? Where did it go? Anyway, we want to get 21 things that we can be grateful for. So I'm asking you to type that in, and we're going to do a recap, and then we're going to close everything out. And then we're going to talk to you about what's next, because what I've learned is, when you go through something like this, you want to be able to continue. It's not like, hey, see you later. You want to be able to continue the process so that you can continue to expand your journey. Thank you, Marlon, for being here. Farm boy became multimillionaire. All right. So here we go. Keep typing in what you're grateful for. Ivy is going to be training for her ultra marathon soon. Grateful for the technology and the power to connect and build great friendships with people all over the world. What are you grateful for? Type it in. Let it expand. Type it in. Type it in. All right, Mandy, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Okay. So I'm just going to say that I am also grateful for technology and being able to be here today. I have an awkward connection. So if I go out, I'll be back in a couple of seconds, and I'm just going to keep it rolling. So it just wasn't possible for me to fully do justice to 34 days of diamonds in less than an hour. I could write a book on each and every aspect of gratitude, from every person, every quote, Austin's reflections, the reflections in the chat. So I'm just going to recap what stood out for me, even though every word throughout the 34 days has impacted me on a whole other level. And also what I've consistently noted throughout Austin's reflections. So gratitude and kindness, and how 21 days changes the brain, improves the outlook and the willpower, and how it's a ripple effect. All expressions of gratitude are a ripple effect. Gratitude should be rolling off our tongues every second that we're alive. I kid you not. Then there's the quotes, the priceless quotes that match almost every guest every day. Austin, that's blown me away throughout this whole month. So I'm going to look at day number 1, which for me used Dr. Wayne Dyer, who is my number 1 mentor. And he spoke about witnessing an act of kindness and how it changes the biochemistry and creates positive impact. Something I learned decades ago: when someone offers you a gift and you decline, oh, I can't accept that, and no, I can't do that. You're actually robbing them of the joy of giving, right? So in the same way, if someone compliments us, for example, treat it as a gift and gratefully receive it. And that ripple effect, even somebody, 2 rows on, looking on at the act of kindness or the compliment that we receive and give out, they are impacted and their biochemistry has changed too. Day number 32, the quote was where is it? The quote was about higher vibrations that cast light on shadows. This was Maury Dedgari, I hope I've said her name right. She was grateful for the shadows because the soul transcends into higher vibrations and casts light on the shadows, and this dispels the darkness. And she spoke about life happening to her, happening for her, not to her. That is so crucial. Life happens for us, not to us. This quote by Coyle Gibran she gave out, and it might sound a bit contradictory. Listen closely, listen to the end, and you'll understand the meaning. I have learned silence from the talkative, tolerance from the intolerant, kindness from the unkind, and yet strange, I am ungrateful to all of these teachers. There's a contradiction, or an apparent contradiction, but it isn't, because all the teachings, all the teachers that teach us the lessons help us to evolve and grow on our pathway through life. Day number 2, Carrie. And I love this: grateful for life always working out. Now, that's not necessarily the way we might want it to work out, but no matter what happens, from rock bottom to all the way up to existence, whatever it is, life always works out for our highest good. Day 27, the quality of appreciation, putting it in the heart. And the quote was, thinking with deep gratitude of those who've rekindled a spark and lit the flame within us. And the guest was Michael Paduano, I believe. He found ways to be grateful for the person who caused him the most pain. And this gets back to that Nelson Mandela thing and what we just spoke about in the poem of Rumi. He was grateful for the people that caused him the most pain. Why? Because it brought the greatest light into his life. And he said to be open to receive everything that the universe sends us. It elevates humanity so that we can seek understanding of ourselves. Day 25, yes, she's my daughter, but she had some profound wisdom in there. The quote was referencing, don't be mediocre in demonstrating gratitude. So she said, go big or go home. And we looked at Roberto Benigni, who was the lead actor in Life is Beautiful, and how he made surviving a game to keep his child alive. So she went on to say, I am a survivor. Open up your heart and mind to healing, but be grateful for what you have. And she said, I am grateful that I survived. She also said, we don't need to know why things happen. All we need to do is be grateful that they happened, we survived, and we can carry on. We can keep moving forward. So don't go down the rabbit hole of, why is this happening to me? I don't understand. Shift the focus and say, thank you for it happening to me, because I will reap the blessings. Day 24, John Crements. Oh my gosh, I've got goosebumps. 96 years old. His whole life was about gratitude. Now, the quote was, the attitude of gratitude stimulates creativity and activates all other attitudes. Gratitude is the gateway to walk through. And John Crements, a Vietnam War veteran, 96 years old, was the living example. As he said, he was grateful for every small detail in his life. We could just talk forever on John. We'll move on though. Day 20, Joe Tewell. The quote was about remembering the one who planted the tree that bore the fruit that we are blessed by. And he urged us to connect with people and show gratitude back, because everything, the blessings in our life have all happened because of somebody, some organization, some group of people behind us. Day 16, this was just a quote from Tony Robbins. Fear and gratitude cannot exist at the same time. So wake up to appreciating life and people. So I found with everything that Austin was reflecting on, each of these days, quotes, reflections, perspectives, each person in the chat room, each one stresses the opening of the heart and the mind fully to gratitude, fully to appreciation, fully to forgiveness of life and people, blessings and pain. I've saved it's I could talk about everybody, and that we're all blessed by every single one. This one I'm going to try not to cry through. Day 12, Monique, Mama Mo, dream seeker, and her shirt reflected it. The quote was, little things become the big things. Appreciate them. And she talked about, she's a lover of nature, animals, and just being alive, as am I, as am Austin, as are most of you on here. But this is key. This is key. She has had her troubles, her issues, her struggles, as we all have. She's a survivor of a serious cancer disorder. She's a survivor of domestic abuse. But she put them in perspective. After saying, I've survived cancer, I've survived domestic abuse, she went on to say, when you go through those little things, look at the profound perspective in that. The cancer nearly killed her. The domestic abuse nearly killed her. I know that personally. But she considered them little things. Why? Because her why was gratitude for life, her family, what she's doing now, and just for the sheer joy of living. Put the problems and the issues and the struggles into perspective. They are small things compared to the blessings and the gratitude that we have for what we have, right? So in summary, everything, this has been a treasure chest of the most precious jewels wrapped up in expressions of gratitude, perspective, and insight. Austin, you have gifted a huge blessing to this world, a powerfully transformational gift. For you, my friend, have flooded the future with stardust that will hover over and gently descend into open hearts in the future each day. It's been a huge blessing to me, as one who has always been grateful on a daily basis, being a part of this with you. My gratitude has ascended and crescendo to...
It's crescendo. The technology. Okay, here's what we're going to do. All right, so, okay, here we go.
Has ascended.
Hold on, Mandy. You're back now. You weren't on. So
Okay, go ahead.
yes.
So my gratitude has ascended and crescendoed to a new height of expression. And I am grateful to you, Austin. I am grateful to every single person that has touched this journey with us and right here with us now. So in conclusion, this is referencing a speech I did at the CIBC Towers in Toronto a few years ago. And this is how I ended the speech. And it is so profound because it ties in with Nelson Mandela's quote. It refers back to Monique. It refers back to every single person's expression in this 34-day journey that has been so precious. Here we go. We as humans are...
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. This is happening. Everything is divinely guided. I'm going to share a video with you. Okay. So Mandy, I want you to hold that thought because we were planning for this. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. So I want to thank you for staying with us. You still have an opportunity to type in what you're grateful for. This is day 34 of the Gratitude Manifesto. We are bringing this to a close, and we're going to have opportunities for you to stay connected with us if you choose to. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share a video. This is not the final product. We just got it done, okay? But we probably have to do some editing. We're probably going to change it up a little bit. But I absolutely wanted to share this with you while the moment is hot. So I'm going to share this video. It's about 2 minutes long. I'm going to bring Mandy back on to finish out what she was going to say, and then we're going to wrap it up. So here we go. Let me do this right now. Okay, here we go. This should be it. All right, here we go. What are you feeling grateful for?
Well, the thing I'm probably most grateful for, I of course thought about this is what to talk about today, but it's the fact that we have the ability to be adaptable.
I am grateful for everything just always works out for me. Every day I get up and say thank you.
Like
I had a nice blue truck with a top rotted. I wasn't using it. It was my extra vehicle. And I didn't have a place in the garage, so I was setting out on the street.
I'm grateful for November because Thanksgiving month, and I'm grateful for all my 25,000 clients all over the world and my colleagues, my co-authors like you, Austin.
Well, I'm grateful to you, Austin, for giving me the chance to meet, your friends here. And for those of you watching, I'm honored that you paid attention as we dialogue.
But I'm just grateful my mom and dad are alive because they were in a really bad accident. And thankfully my mom's home, but my dad's not. So, but just that he's alive, and he's a strong guy, and he'll be, and I want to thank everybody for all the prayers and reaching out because my God, I had such an outpouring of.
Whenever I pay a bill, right? I pay my rent, a bill, a card note, I say thank you. Like, how many of us, because I know initially when we get the pay, we're like, oh my God, I gotta pay this.
Been here a few months and it's been great. It's been great mostly to be around people I really care about and I've missed, but I also need to go back home. So.
All right, everyone. So we're going to have more for you on that video highlight. We're going to share it in our private community for those of you that have been involved. So let me bring Mandy back on to close us out, and then we're going to have an incredible Sunday. Here we go. Oops. Yay. There we go.
There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, I am grateful for technology with all its glitches because I can still come back and I can still share. I am grateful for this opportunity. So just to round out there, this is how I ended a speech a few years ago in a big corporation. We as human beings are conditioned to have our lives revolve around great, stupendous moments. And yet, those great, stupendous moments in time can snatch us unawares, and they can be beautifully, beautifully wrapped up in what some consider to be the smallest moments in time. Take a look at all the small moments in time and express gratitude for every small thing, every big thing, but wrap them up and appreciate them. Be grateful. Thank you for having me here, Austin. It's been a blessing. Blessings to all of you. I hope you'll continue with us on this journey. It's amazingly powerful.
Absolutely beautiful. And I want you to take the word crescendo with you. Regardless of what your gratitude experience has been with us, what would it take to create that crescendo in your gratitude journey, where every cell in your body vibrates, where you know that it all counts, it all matters, that no matter what you're going through, that you can get through it. Not only get through it, you can grab those little moments of gratitude. This has been an honor for me to do this. And although this may seem like we're coming to a close, but there's always a continuation. You are invited to join us in our private community. We have the link there. I'm going to share it here one more time, and you can join us there to continue. We're going to have a special presentation of the jars. That was yesterday. We have a jar that we're creating with all the quotes and the expressions of gratitude in there. The playlist is going to be available. We're going to have the manifesto in there. That's all going to be available in the private community. And the way you get there is you just simply get the 9 questions to identify or remove limiting beliefs. That's the way into that community. You'll get an email. You just need to check all your folders, and we'll make sure that you get in there. And Mandy, I just want to let everyone know I'm traveling this week, so we may not be here for our normal weekly update, but we will be. I will have some updates from you. I'm just going to give you a quick update now. I'm heading to Las Vegas to a big mastermind group out there. Then I'm heading to Florida to look at our potential retreat. And we are going to continue forward. Just stay tuned, stay plugged in, however it is best for you. We love you. God bless you. Find that thing that you can be grateful for today.
Austin, can I just say we wish you safe travels, God's blessing, and everybody here, get free, stay present, and move forward with gratitude.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Mandy. Right on cue. I love that it came from you. I love that. All right, everyone.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Love.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.